All right, so round fenders, part 3. So kind of some of the differences that you should pick out if you're shopping for one. Some of the things that add value, some of the things that don't add value. So you're staring at two 1967 round fenders. The one on the left-hand side is a 112. The one on the right-hand side is a 110. They are both hydraulic lift. So in this case, if you're staring at these two machines, which one would you pay more for? Think about it in your head for a minute, and then I'll give you my answer. I would probably pay more for the 110. Now, this 110 in front of us is actually a very special case, which makes it, at least in the collector's eye, worth quite a bit more than a normal 1967 110 hydraulic lift. So let's look at these two tractors and see what the price difference is. So let's look at them from the front. What can we see? Well, the 112 has narrow rims. Narrow rims tend to be a little bit more desirable. I'm not quite sure why, but they tend to be a little bit more desirable than the wide tires. We'll go over tire choices that were available on these tractors in a later video. But the narrow rims tend to be a little bit more popular than the wide rims. However, the 110 has headlights. Now, headlights are actually a really nice option. They're not the best headlights, but they're actually pretty good. They do work well for if you're outside blading snow at night or something like that. They are serviceable enough. But one really important thing, if you're going to buy a tractor with headlights, the headlights should be mounted correctly. A lot of folks, when they buy headlights on eBay or Craigslist or something like that, they only buy the headlights and they don't buy the taillight, which I'll show you here in just a minute. And then at the same time, they mount the headlights either on the hood supports or they mount the headlights on the far forward part of the hood, like right in here. I actually have a tractor like that. The guy that I bought it from, it is a 1965. The guy I bought it from was just so happy that he found headlights for the tractor. He went ahead and the hood was in fantastic condition. He actually drilled a hole in the very front of the hood and basically ruined the hood to install the headlights. And then also did not get a tail light. So the headlights on these tractors actually came with a single tail light. So you have your two headlights and then your tail light back here. Your tail light was typically the dealer installed it on the left-hand side of the tractor. I don't know if that's what was specified in the kit, but that's where I have always seen them if they were dealer installed. A lot of times, a couple important notes. The headlights are pretty ambiguous. I mean, you can find them ubiquitous. They're in a lot of spots. They're not really hard to find. The taillights, however, a lot of times guys will buy the headlights, but they will not buy the taillights. Now, a couple things to watch out for on the taillights. These are guide taillights, but what's really important to think about or to notice is there's not a wire coming out of the back here. The wire actually comes out of the base of the taillight. So if we look under here, you probably won't be able to see it, there's actually a wire coming down. There are also some metal clips in there. Now, that is a dealer installed accessory. It came brand new with this tractor. It is on the invoice of this tractor, along with the floor mats. These are not reproduction floor mats. So headlights are obviously really important. So now let's look from the side. You can't really completely tell it. I don't want to get too far back because that'll spoil the next secret. But let's look at the rear wheels. So this tractor right here has wheel weights. That tractor, the 112, does not have wheel weights. Wheel weights, you can generally consider... So hopefully I don't fall over. You can generally consider a pair of wheel weights to be worth about $150. Now, that's if you buy them individually. Now, if they're on a tractor, the value to you is up to you. I will tell you, these tractors are not the best if you want to move a lot of snow, but they will move some snow, they will move some dirt, just not a lot. So wheel weights are a nice option to have. Now, let's go ahead and look at the back of the machine. And we will explore kind of some of the things in the back. So here we can see the tail light once again on the 110. Now let's look at the rear hitches. So this 110 right here actually has a partial integral lift hitch on it, or a sleeve hitch, however you want to call it. Meanwhile, the 112 does not. Now, what's really important with the sleeve hitch that comes on the round fenders is there's multiple parts to them. I have a video on the sleeve hitches, some of the differences and stuff like that, if you would like to watch that. These being 1967s, they came with this chain hook right there. Some of the earlier tractors, 65, 64 did not, 63 did not. But a hitch may add a couple $100 worth of value to the tractor. At the same time, if you're looking at these tractors, so let's look at the control panel itself. This one over here looks pretty plain Jane. There's nothing really extra on there. Meanwhile, over here, one thing that this tractor does have is it has the light switch over here. This is the correct light switch for a round fender, and it also has the lighter. The lighter was an option that was sold by John Deere. It came new with this tractor. So it is, and you can actually buy reproduction lighters if you want to add a lighter or a power point. I guess you could use it as a power point. Or if you smoke, then feel free to add a lighter. So anyway, that's some of the benefits of the tractor, the 110, the tractor on the left. A couple other things to consider is hood condition, little items like that. Obviously this 112 has a very, I would say, poor condition hood. Meanwhile, the 110 over there, its hood is actually in very, very good shape, and it still has the dealer sticker from John M. Sanderson in Elliotsburg, Pennsylvania. So, you know, a lot of the decals, stuff like that. This hood is not original because it should say hydraulic lift on it. I have no earthly idea what happened to the original hood. I'm guessing at some point in the past, it had probably had a good hood on it, and before I bought it, somebody switched out a hood. So anyway, that is kind of some of the differences that you will see in round fenders and how the value will change. So I will get into type codes, stuff like that in later videos where we'll explore the tires, the tire options, things like that. And we'll go from there. So hopefully part 3 was informative. Some of the things to look for, compare the difference. Part 2 was compare the difference between a round fender, a 112 and a 110, and then comparing two machines side by side. In this video, looking at some of the options that you could have. So obviously the 112 is a lower optioned tractor. They're both hydraulic lift. So they're actually both very good machines in their heyday. So there's certainly no problems there. So anyway, hopefully these videos are something you like. I will keep making them if you keep watching them. So thanks for watching.